Hey everyone, welcome to the episode of the Ninja Warrior Podcast. I'm the Ross, I'm John, and I'm Crystal. Welcome all back everyone. Today is a very exciting episode as we've said it many times before. We've talked about it. Our 500 subscriber special, even though we've already way past 500. Yeah, we're like 550 right now. Just about. The reason why we kept on saying once we hit 500 is that because when those were recorded back in February before we had hit the milestone, and we didn't think we would hit it that fast. So yeah, this was special, was delayed a lot, just so we can finish off AW12's lineup. But now that we can finally reveal what we have been planning for you guys for quite a while now, and that is the Stage 5 Ninja Awards. Now you guys may or may not know what this is, and that's fine. You also may think that we're stealing this from Armchair Ninja Podcast, but we asked them on Twitter back in January when we were planning this out if we could utilize the name, and they said yes. They made me watching this very video, so make sure to flash them and subscribe. I might put their channel link in the description. But yeah. So today we just announced the award nominees. It basically goes a whole bunch of categories, different ninjas we nominate for them. It can come down to different obstacles, or best ninjas, best performances, ninja killers, all that. And what do you guys decide? What you think on each category? Yeah, there were tons of categories. I think there's about 10 of them around there. And we're just going to announce them, tell you guys maybe why we picked certain people, and allow you guys to vote on who you think should win. And within the next 2 weeks, in the next episode, which should be in 2 weeks, so we can give you guys a lot of time to vote, we will cover the results right before AW13 airs on NBC on May 31st. This is so exciting, dude. I know. But anyway, let's just get right into this, starting with, of course, Best New Obstacle for the year. And there was a couple contenders here that made this really hard to decide. Yeah, so nominees that we picked were Corkscrew, Clockwork, Butt Rubber, Dragonback, and the Falling Shelves. Yeah, this was a really tough one because I was going back and forth if we should include Dragonback or Wib 1, which was the fourth obstacle in the qualifiers, but Dragonback was the better obstacle. Yeah, being perfectly honest, I feel like Corkscrew might end up winning this category just because it won over so many people, and it was such a cool and dynamic obstacle. Yeah, but I'm very interested to see what you guys think about this one. And we also have the next category, which is the Ninja Killer of the Year. This one also considers obstacles. This one involves Corkscrew, Falling Shell, Slingshot, the Dungeon, Ferris Wheel, and Dragonback almost made the list, but it really didn't take all that many people, despite it being a tough obstacle, so it didn't really make the list, though it is a very tough obstacle and could have easily taken on more people if more people reached it. So let's move on to our next category, which we start getting into the actual people themselves, and we have Best Comeback Story. First up, we have Austin Gray, who fell in AW11 qualifying, and in AW12 became the 1-0 up. So, in the 1-0 up, we have Sean Bryan, who injured his shoulder on the jumping spider last season, had a big comeback story about that, and made it to the semifinals. We had Najee Richardson, not really doing well last season, falling all three in qualifying, finals, and in Las Vegas, because all three being very shocking. We have Jake Murray, who fell in the Seattle Tacoma City Finals, and it was a very disappointing showing from him, but he rose to the top of the season, did pretty well, getting the fastest time in qualifying, finals, semifinals, and finals. Something you don't see many times from ninjas, but Jake Murray is one of the most consistent when it comes to fast times. Yeah, and finally, we have Jamie Wan, who had an injury, who we saw in the qualifiers, injured his finger on a buzzsaw while he was deciding his new gym, and he just barely got to compete. And, yeah. Alright, so, then, then we got probably my least favorite category, and really a category that I don't think should really need to be here, but because of the way the editing goes, it kind of has to be, with Stealthiest Ninja category. Yeah, so we have John Alexis Jr., Alex Nye, who well, we know about John Alexis, but Alex Nye, he was cut in the qualifiers despite finishing the course, and he was also fast forward in the finals. So really, he's almost spotlight because this was his first buzzer, and he has been competing since I believe AW9. But yeah, we had Alex Nye, Matisse Owadi, who barely even got shown this season. Yeah, he was kind of like glossed over a lot. And after Matisse, we have Seth Rogers, who is in the qualifiers, but never really got spotlighted, and he kind of just got forgotten about. In front of we have Kevin Bull, who really, he was barely even highlighted. He wasn't given a full one period. He was just fast forwarded twice, and in the semifinals, he was not even shown for 10 seconds. It was just really lame how they just pushed him to the side, despite the fact that he would be one of those ninjas who would give hope in this kind of environment, considering what he supports in terms of the alopecia project. And the fact that he just is a really well-known ninja. Yeah, it seems like he's just because of hasn't been doing all that well lately, but he's still a good ninja competitor. Yeah, he's made the stage 3. I still feel like he deserves a spotlight and deserves some a story as well. Oh, he deserves more spotlight than he was given, especially in this season. Because at least in other seasons, he's always given featured ones, and we see him on the course instead of just, a fast forward. And now let's move on to a breakout performance for the males. I think we have some pretty top contenders here. We have Amir Malik, who I think is probably going to win this category just because he made it so far, and he is so good this season. Yeah, you beat Jake Murray. I mean, yes, it was because he bonked his head on one of the steps, but still, that's impressive that he beat the speed team, Jake Murray. Yeah, even if it was because of a misstep, still, it's still impressive. Also in this category, we have Joshua Lewis, who while only made it to the semifinals due to the Power Tower and Joe Mawatsky, still showed how good of a ninja he is, and he's definitely going to be a rising star for the future. I think if he competes in future seasons, he will do pretty well, at least Vegas, at least stage 1, stage 2 if he's lucky. Yeah, I don't feel like he has the speed capable to get the stage 2, but it's possible. You never know. We also have Joe Mawatsky's other teammate from qualifying, Will Slagater, who I really only included because I loved his story about him being a kid who wanted to be a ninja in AW4 instead of mission video when he was only 14. And it was a little bit of it was a nice story. And after to Will Slagater, we have Nate Hansen. It's in front of the qualifiers. Nate Hansen was only 5 feet tall, but yet was able to finish the course. It was a really intriguing story, and it was a really impressive one. That's why he got this spot. Despite him not going all that far, I still felt like he deserved it. And finally, we have Ryan Lashoff, who just never really got spotlighted in the show. Still made it pretty far, so we kind of just picked him as the wild card pick. So he probably won't win this due to the fact that half the people don't know who he is. But we thought he kind of just maybe deserved the spot. Yeah, he didn't need the Power Tower to make it through, and that's the main contributing factor to me putting him in here. But anyway, let's on to the breakout performance for the females. Now, unlike the last couple of years, there weren't many female rookies. We thought both Ashley McConville and Taylor Johnson were rookies, but they actually competed in AW11, just a little bit, not shown. But I decided to put them on here. They deserve the spot. So Ashley McConville and Taylor Johnson, they're on the list. We also have Maddie Howard, who is not a rookie, but did really well this season, hitting a buzzer. Joey DeWilio is also on the list. She's not a rookie, obviously. She's been competing for many years, ever since AW7, but she did really well, making it all the way to the finals. And Sandy Zimmerman made it to the same exact spot on the following shelves. And I was kind of debating if I should have put her on here because she really didn't do all too well. But then I realized the fact that, she did a corkscrew. She did really well. I decided just to give it a spot. Yeah, I'm very curious about this one as well, because there were so many top contenders here. Yeah, there were so many women who were so impressive. One honorable mention I want to give is to Tiana Weberly, who honestly I wanted to include, but I felt like she didn't deserve it as much as everyone else. But I definitely was impressed with the one, and I really hope to see her in the future. She'll come back strong, maybe even beat stage 1. That'd be nice. I don't think stage 1's happening, but yeah, she's a really good ninja. I wouldn't put it past her, but I think at this current point she can't really do it. But you never know. You never know what the future holds. You're right. So next category, we have most shocking fail of the year. This is going to be where I want you guys' opinions, especially. We have Joe Mowalski in the finals falling on Slam Dunk, which is probably the most shocking fail of the year, at least in my opinion. There is Jesse Graff on the falling shelves. We have Tyler Gillette falling on Spring Forward in the finals. And this was, again, that was another shocking fail. We have Sean Bryant in the semis falling on Slingshot, and Kayla Bergstrom falling on the Wing Chaser. Now, a few other mentions we want to give out. We have Michael Torres falling on the Diamond Dash, and we also have Dan Pulizzi also falling on the Diamond Dash. These two I wanted to put on the list, but honestly I felt like there were other fairs that were more shocking than them, but I thought they deserved a mention, so that's why we mentioned them. Yeah, now we move on to the two final categories. We have Best Female and Best Male. These are the two biggest categories and the two most important ones. Yeah, so Best Female, we have obviously Jessie Flexa Black, who did really well this season, Jessie Graff, Sandy Zimmerman, Joey Williams, and we decided to get the final spot to Ashley McConneville, just because she had a really inspiring story, and she did really well, but I don't think she'll win this category. It really is just going to come down to who you like more, but I feel like Flexa Black has a good shot at it, but I wouldn't put it past any of these ninjas winning. I think Jodie Williams is really the only one who doesn't have a shot, since she's a little less well known than everyone else. But I still wouldn't put it past them. As the fans, you never know what they cooked up. You never know what they like, and that's mostly why we're doing this. All right, so the final category we have the Male Ninja of the Year, and this has a lot of recommenders. We have Daniel Gill, obviously Austin Gray, Adam Ware, Jake Murray, and Emil Malik. Now, you guys, you can tell, and you have an honorable mention to Lucas Sweet-Alley. He made it to the finals, but honestly, his performance there was pretty lackluster, at least in the Power Tower playoffs, so I didn't feel like he deserved the spot as much as everyone else. And Jake Murray, I gave the spot simply because he did so well in the finals. Yeah, he did really well in the finals. I know, and everyone else, so that's why he got the spot. And everyone else, they made it to the finals of the Power Tower, so, yeah, and obviously Daniel Cole won the season, so, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to put him in there. And, yeah, that's about it for the Stage 5 Ninja Awards. Now, before we go, let's tell you guys how to vote for these awards. Now, you can vote by either putting it in the YouTube comment section or messaging David over on Twitter. Yeah, I'll put that link in the description. You guys can message me on Twitter, your vote, if you guys want to do it that way. There's also the Discord server, which I'll also link in the description. You can message me about that and tell me your vote, and I will count it. And, yeah, so any vote that goes past the ending date of May 14th, 2021 will not be counted. So any vote that comes in after that fact will not be counted. So, yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's about it. Also, one more thing I want to mention before you guys go ahead and vote. I want your comment to look like this, to where you have the category and the person you nominate. That way, we can always organize it. I'll have an easier time putting them in the list and vote and counting up all the votes if you just format your comments like what I have on screen. Because I will still take your vote if you don't. You don't have to, but it would just make it easier for me counting up the votes. Yeah, but anyway, that's it. It's a little bit of a shorter episode this time, but we just want to announce the nominee for the State 5 Ninja Awards. I am so excited to see what you guys think about this. and who you nominate for each category. And then, anyway, we'll see you guys next time. I am in 2 weeks for the State 5 Ninja Awards. So excited right now. But yeah, see you guys there. Peace.